I wanted to put myself in the most uncomfortable positions I could find myself and see how I'd respond. Right? Did I have it? My car gets pulled over to the side of the road and stuck in a 10-foot snowbank, right? No cell phone, no one around. What would you do? What will you do? And that happened, and I survived. I'm talking to you, right? So I went off with purpose of, okay, I'm going to do this 7-month thing. It wasn't going to be 7 months at a time, but it did because I enjoyed it so friggin' much, right?
Right. Yeah.
And the point I'm trying to get towards is, so I found myself one particular time, it's a beautiful day, drive up this pretty steep mountain because I wanted to get this beautiful view of the valley below me, right? I was in, I don't know, the Yukon or something like that. And then it starts to snow. And it snowed, and it snowed. And then I get crawl into my camper, and the next morning I wake up, boom, it's got about maybe 7 inches of snow out. I can't see the road. I don't want to go back down that road because it's too freaking steep, too slippery. And so I stayed there for 4 or 5 days, right? Because I couldn't move. Did I panic? Nah, I had my camper. I was like a turtle. I got my home right in my back. But what I did do is I started to spend some time just sitting outside for hours in the silence. And I realized that when it's silent, there's no silence.
Right.
Right? I mean, there was tons going on. I sat there, and after the first hour, after I started to tune in and I started to breathe and everything, I could see that hair on the edge of the forest, right? I could see, the coyote trying to find those mice that are underneath the snow, right? I would have never seen any of that or heard it or felt it had I not just
Parked.
be silent for a while.
Right.
And that I learned so much from that moment that I use today. When I retired, I said again back to the nature thing, right? I wanted to be in nature for a period of time to see whether or not I could do it. So I went and did a semester, 90 days of living in a tent in British Columbia and Washington State with an outfit called the National Outdoor Leadership School. And they were big on things like adversity, right? Accepting uncertainty, accepting that you need to ask people for help, right? And I used to get in some pretty heated debates on this topic as an example of uncertainty. My whole life has been about taking uncertainty out of the equation, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's like if I'm going to do this, I want to have every tool known to man if I'm going to climb this mountain in terms of ice picks, crampons, because I don't want to leave anything to chance. Because if I have to do something that requires roping down, I want it. So we had these fights about uncertainty. Goal is to try and remove it. Then I get my cancer. I got diagnosed with cancer in 2015. In 2024, I got diagnosed with stage 4. All right, so I've only been living with stage 4 for 2 years now. And that penny dropping regarding uncertainty didn't occur until I was diagnosed with the stage 4 part. Because up to this point, it's like, I can beat this. I'm in control, right? And then when I found out that it's terminal, I don't have control. My life is just nothing but uncertainty now, right? Because I can't manage that part. And that's when the penny dropped in terms of, yes, there is uncertainty in your life. No matter what you do to help mitigate that, it's not going to happen because I can't stop the cancer now. That's my risk of dying. Was it going to be tomorrow? It could be. It could be 2 weeks from now, but it's going to happen sooner than later. And so that lesson I learned underneath the skies on uncertainty became effective 12 years later.